And welcome to Capital Talk, a program we hope will have an impact on the future of Kenya. Now more than ever, I'm Jeff Kinenge. Now midweek on the bench with a theme we've been talking about all week, hate speech, inciting, and especially after those comments made about a week ago by Embakasi Member of Parliament Ferdinand Waitito that elicited an uproar, yes indeed, from across the country. People have been saying this should not be happening at this point in time, especially with the elections just barely 6 months away. On the bench today, we're still talking about that topic because we want hate speech to be a thing of the past. And my guest, you can call him the grand old man of Kenya politics. This man was as feisty, as firebrand as they come back in the day. In fact, his most famous statement, lie low like an envelope, although that's not what he really said. He'll explain it in a moment. That's what he was most famous for. He was very vehement when Waitito said what he did. And I tell you, we need to keep tackling these topics because tribalism, negative ethnicity should be a thing of the past. Folks, he's the Minister for National Heritage and Culture. He's also Member of Parliament for Narok. Which Narok North? Narok North. The grand old man himself, folks. Sit back. William Ole Ntimama. Mheshimiwa, you finally made it on the bench.
Yes,
it's been a while.
Yes, it's been quite a while.
And I haven't heard your laugh in a while.
Yeah, well, you promised to call me, earlier than now, but at least to come and also for me to enjoy your laugh as well. But
what's not a laughing matter, Mheshimiwa, is what Waitito uttered the other day.
This one is not a laughing matter. It's a very serious matter. And, it could really bring us back to the bad days of tribalism and ethnicity, which we're trying to get out of. In a big way.
Yeah. When you heard what he said, Mheshimiwa, were you disappointed? Were you angry? Were you like, what is this man saying?
I was, I was quite angry because he targeted my community. And I was, there's no question of keeping quiet about it. I was a little bit angry because I thought he was a man, a member of parliament, and he knows what Kenya is all about. He understands everything. And I was surprised that he was targeting a community that was there to work for their livelihood. Most of these people that he targeted were watchmen, were people who really doing some of the lowly jobs, the people who are employed to guard all the rich people when they are sleeping. So, who came to find a livelihood or probably something to help their families or to feed themselves on.
And for him to say Maasais should all leave Nairobi, isn't Nairobi originally a Maasai town?
Well, talking about historical injustices. Jeff, this is a serious matter because the Maasai literally owned all these lowland, as it were, the grazing lands. And they were actually, the grazing areas of Kenya were mostly owned by the Maasai. And so those of Tanzania as well, because they were pastoralists and they were there. The rest of the people were up on the hills and doing the shifting cultivation. And you know whom I'm referring
to. Correct. My people.
And a few others, but mostly your people, they were up on the hills, doing shifting cultivation, but we were on the grazing area.
And the name is Maasai, Nkarenyorobi.
Yeah, Nkarenyorobi is cold water.
Cold waters.
The cold water, the river of the cold water. That is what it is. So it was all but
okay, so
British.
Yes, but let's fast forward. When he was finally arrested because he was resisting, he was in parliament, he was dodging the police. When he was finally arrested, were you satisfied with that? Is it, does someone have to set the example?
At least we were satisfied that something was going to happen, because previously Waitito got away with a lot of things. I mean, he got away with stoning the police. He got away with, in fact, fighting everybody, and he got away in making illegal demonstrations. And so we thought he would get away with it. But when he was finally arrested, we thought now probably something is going to be done.
Yeah.
And we are very satisfied now.
Should he go to jail?
Well, I mean, if the court really is a serious matter, and let us see what happens. But I'm not a judge, and I'm not a lawyer in a way. But I think at least he should get punishment that should be a measure with the kind of statement he made and the kind of insecurity he got into the Maasai community living in Kayole.
Yeah, because the other things that's happening now is becoming a domino effect. Now we read in today's paper that Nkaisere is saying in Kajiado that foreigners should not vie for the top jobs, governor, senator. Leave those to the Maasai. That's what he's saying. That's a kind of hate speech.
Well, I think the paper is one of these new papers that talk about the county. Mm-hmm. So I have not really read it myself.
Sure, but then those kinds of comments,
yeah,
now they're being elicited everywhere.
Yeah, yeah.